Are we live? Are we going? Are we on this thing? I'm just trying to try out my new Yeti. This microphone. Do I look professional? Yeti Professional, dark blue. We're gonna have some fun with this YouTubing, personal development, life stuff, book reviews, podcast. Help people getting healthy, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Sorry, I'm a little sweaty. Looks like I dried up a little bit. Went for a run tonight. Got done reading this book tonight. It's a really simple book to read called The Underdog. It was given to me by a friend of mine, Mr. Chris Dow. I like to say his name, Chris Dow. And really simple read, really basic. Nothing really I haven't read before as far as like the concepts behind it. But this is what it did. I was sitting on my couch, going to be lazy, watching the Laker game, and somewhere in this book it said something to the effect of the successful get off their butts and go into action. And so I went and ran for 3 miles, and it was cold, and glad I did. And now it's 11 o'clock, and I should be going to bed. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and I ain't tired. And so let's do this thing. Let's see how this microphone works. We're going to play around with this. This is just the first one in a long time. I was getting into doing some videos and stuff on YouTube about a year ago, and then just got away from it and wish I hadn't. A lot has happened since then as far as business. It's going incredible. We're helping a lot of people. We've opened up more nutrition clubs, doing a lot more on Instagram. Joshua D. Rangel, Joshua _D _Rangel. I don't even know where my phone's at. I hope that's it. I'll find it. I'll try to post this. I'm going to play with this program and scroll stuff anyways. But the whole concept behind this book is to have a vision, have action, understand that everyone who's been successful before has failed numerous times. Everyone who's been successful before has overcome critics, and that success looks different than to everybody else, right? So oftentimes success, we want to think about the riches and the glamour and everything that comes with it, when success could be simply getting off your butt that you've been sitting on for 45 years and going for a mile walk around the block and turning that mile walk into a mile walk 5 times out of the week, right? That could be success for you. The problem is when you're sitting on your butt for 45 years and you start to go for that walk, that mile walk, your spouse looks at you and thinks you're crazy. Why change now, right? And so everyone's going to have critics no matter what level you're at. When you start doing something differently than what people know you as, you're going to look weird. And then people are going to question your motives, and people are going to question your attitude, and people are going to question you in general. And unfortunately, a lot of people who get motivated start taking some action. That motivation doesn't last, especially when the critics come. And so you got to have this vision for yourself long term. Like, what's your vision? Why are you doing it? So when the critics come, you can have a crystal clear vision of where you want to get to in the future. And that's how you keep on going. Like, especially in the health world, right? I work with a lot of people, and they know what to do. They know you shouldn't eat that cinnamon roll every single morning with a latte. You know that, right? And but yet they won't do it. Why is that? It's just mental, right? And so we'll get into this a little bit later as these podcasts or YouTubes or whatever these things turn into be go. Is your heart, your mind work together and puts you into action. Those 3 things have to be present. Sometimes it's simply you taking action by getting out your door and going for a run, which changes your mindset. Where like, well, going this mile isn't too bad. Now you tell yourself maybe you can go a mile and a half. And then as you continue going to action, your mind continues to get stronger. You realize 5 miles down the road that you're falling in love with the process of getting healthy and active. It's the same thing in everything we do. One of those 3 things. Sometimes you walk into a church sermon and the pastor says something and the Spirit grabs your heart. That makes you start thinking differently. That makes you go into action right away. Sometimes it could be just reading a book and your mind starts to wander and think and be powerful, right? They say your mind is more powerful than the most the biggest, most powerful computer out there. So as your mind starts to work, maybe it does something in your heart that makes you go into action that you have never done before. And so, but doing that, you got to understand, right? We talked about the critiques, that people are going to criticize you. Um, Success isn't about one action and then continuing doing it. Success is one action, doing it, falling back down, getting mocked, getting back up, reorganizing your thoughts and your vision, and doing it again. And so, The Underdog, that's just a really simple read by Mark. I can't even say his last name. Lewhelin, Llewellyn. So go ahead and get it. I read it literally about 35, 40 minutes. Not that big a deal, but the concepts in there are simple, powerful. You can read them about any book you do, about any entrepreneur. Change your mindset, change your life. How you do anything is how you do everything. The slight edge, continue doing it. Overcome the obstacles, overcome the critiques, and life will be just fine. That's it. Just wanted to try this mic out. That's my 10-minute book review. Actually, it was 6 minutes and 11 seconds right now. Let's go.